Hello? Please state your... You must be... Excuse me? Please provide the information requested, and also declare any goods you are carrying with you. Currently, only members of the My apologies, but...
Here are their entry papers.
What?
I see.
The Outlander affair, they only...
Sheesh.
Well, let's not, as the words suggest, not even on Rito. Now, let's head over. Most of the current rules were put in place by the administration of Rito, the Kanjo Commission.
The Kanjo Commission?
Yes, one
You've completed the entry procedures, yes? And now you want to apply for residency, both of you?
Yes, please.
Okay, the processing fee will be 2 million mora.
2 million? For a processing fee? Are you serious?
That's right. 1 million per applicant, which makes 2 million total. Don't worry, you can trust my math.
Paimon wasn't so much questioning your math as...
Ma'am, these two here are good friends of mine. I think you'll find I'm one face you recognize.
Ah, Mr. Toma, it's you. By way of courtesy, allow me to reduce it to 400,000 mora total.
Thank you ever so much, Miss Eureka. But as this is just a processing fee, I think 600 mora should cover it if I'm paying on their behalf. I'll treat you to dinner too. How does that sound?
That's not how you haggle! By all means, bargain the price down, but...
All right then, as you wish, Mr. Toma. I will make a record.
Much obliged.
What? She went from 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong with people's sense of finance around here!
It's not as mind-boggling as you think. Processing fee is just a figure of speech. The way some here at the agency see it, the fees are easy money, so it becomes a question of how much they can make. So when the day comes that some poor merchant from overseas with more money than sense gets stuck here and needs to apply for residency...
Then they'll milk them for all they're worth!
Exactly. It's at times like this that having a local friend really comes in handy. Yes, but when you're an outlander in Inazuma, far from home in this close nation era, there's very little that can be done about it. The most that overseas merchants can do to look after themselves is stick together. That's how the International Trade Association came about.
So it's a trade association built by and for Outlanders?
Yep. And as well as advancing commercial interests, the association provides help, support, and structure for Outlanders trying to survive on Rito. Essentially, it's an association devoted to both commercial excellence and...
Sounds like just staying alive is an achievement when you're an Outlander in Inazuma.
I see. So this is the real purpose of your trip. Yes, given that you are Outlanders, it's certainly a lofty aspiration. After all, the Raiden Shogun is the most exalted and revered one in all of Inazuma. She is a I was going to say nothing is set in stone when it comes to who you will encounter in this world. Who's to say you won't happen to run into the Raiden Shogun one day after lunch?
Uh-huh. And is that likely?
Okay, I'll give it to you straight. I know of a way to introduce you to the Raiden Shogun.
Really? Wow! The Rito Fixer's better connected than we thought!
I mean, it will take all the resources I have at my disposal, but it can be done. However, before we get there, connections come at a high price, you understand?
Not you too!
No. In this instance, when I say price, I'm not talking about Mora. In fact, there's no real cost as such. It's just that if this is something you really want, you'll have to agree to help other people solve some of their problems first. I like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy. It's my own personal rule for dealing with situations like this.
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're the man in the middle, so you have to trade favors to keep everyone indebted to you.
Why do I get the feeling you're making me out to be some sort of crook? Never mind. Here's the situation. As I touched upon earlier, the members of the International Trade Association are constantly struggling to survive. Recently, things seem to have gotten more difficult than ever for them, so just go and check things out. See if there's any way you can help. The head of the association is called Caricio, and he's a good friend of mine. Go talk to him. I'll wait for you here.
Huh? Hello there. You must be seeking refuge with the International Trade Association. The Outlander Affairs Agency took you for all you're worth, I suppose. Good. That's a relief. You need to be careful, or you'll find yourself losing your savings all at once.
We heard the association has been having some difficulties lately. Is that true?
Yes, left, right, and center. Obstacles at every turn. But that's nothing new for us.
The Sakoku decree certainly makes things difficult for anyone who wants to come here from overseas.
But it's not the root cause of our woes. The Sakoku decree might restrict our scope of activity, but in and of itself, it doesn't stop us from being able to enjoy a comfortable existence. No. What's really squeezing us Outlander merchants dry is those Mora grubbers from the Kanjo Commission.
Oh, of the 3 commissions, that's the one that oversees everything on Rito, isn't it?
That's right. They impose astronomical tax rate, unbelievable regulations, and that's not the worst of it. They just issued a new tax decree recently that, for some reason, completely changes the way we pay our taxes. It used to be Mora, but now it's something called Crystal Marrow.
Crystal Marrow? What's that?
Something that most of us in the association had never heard of before either, until the new decree came along. Eventually, one of the older Liyue merchants recalled that he once shipped a batch of it to Snezhnaya and his... So, in order to pay our taxes, we began an arduous search for this Crystal Marrow. But then we found we'd only managed to create a bigger problem for ourselves. The rising demand for Crystal Marrow drove the price higher and higher. Now there's only one vendor who even has it in stock. We can't get a hold of it anywhere else. Exactly. It's a vicious cycle. The consequence of which is that our taxes will soon exceed our profits. But this is a nation where the cries of a few struggling merchants will... Fontaine...
Sounds awful. What do you think we should do?
that... I've actually done...
Well, it definitely sounds like he's being unfair.
Hey, that's a pretty good idea. Since you're not affiliated with the association, and you're new... If I remember correctly, our usual meeting point with him is under a tree by the coast in the residential district. See...
Got it! We're...
I don't think I recognize you. Are you new arrivals? Haha! So, what do you need with me? The sheer trade secret.
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Ha! They're wasting their time. The price is non-negotiable. Not by a single Mora.
Hey, what's your problem?
Get out of here, go on. Tell them they're lucky to be buying from me in the first place. And they ought to be more
What are we gonna do? There's no good idea.
Propagate!
That was quick. You resolved it already?
Actually, we're having a little trouble.
No? Well, getting you to go fixing things when you've only just... Oh, that... He used to be a bit of a sorry sight. I can only assume he must have
Huh. You're saying he used to be a member of the inner...
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him? That's right. When Inizuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of outlanders.
Huh. What a bummer.
The International Trade Association...
So he left...
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that.
Really?
Well then, it sounds like...
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you. Huh? Where's this coming from? Mondstadt? You were talking about... Mondstadt? Goodness, I can sense it now. So familiar. The scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes me. Oh, my hometown. The home of freedom.
It's...
So, what is this?
Just close your eyes already.
You mean the sound of the ocean? Leah Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Xiao lanterns.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either that or he really does...
Leah. Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. My poor heart can't take... You mean the folks from the International Trade Association? And I suppose they are far from home, just like me. Often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and listen to the sound of the waves. I like to imagine it's the voice of my hometown, carried across the ocean. I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just that, but I always hide my face and slip away. Don't you think I've wanted to talk things through with them and free myself from this anguish?
Well, no one's stopping you, so...
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so they rallied together. So I caved. Those people, they'd make the smallest of promises, offer the most measly benefits, and I'd do whatever they asked of me. And make Mondstadters look like... All right, I'll tell you the whole story. It's eating me up inside, and I can't take it anymore.
You ready to talk now?
But I betrayed them. I can't show my face there.
Come on, you scaredy cat. Look, you messed up, but now it's time to make things right. So come on, get it up.
It's a scheme by the they start by overtaxing the merchants, then take the extra crystal marrow they receive and stockpile it. Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchants at an extortionate price, with the proceeds going to the tax collection Ashigaru.
It's plain evil gouging them like this.
I'm their puppet, yes. But my cut is a tiny fraction of what we... Evidence? You're right. Without conclusive evidence, he will never admit it. Now that I think about it, whenever as it happened...
Really? Well...
If you want to taste Mondstadt's great wine, then look no further than Sailing Breeze.
Keijiro!
After him! Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure!
Should I close early?
Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little! Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure!
Should I close early?
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
Now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the Trade Association clique still needs to be brought in. What was that sound?
Quiet! Don't let him find us! Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure!
What could he be doing at a place...
It looked like he buried something. Whoa, it's a ledger. Boring. Paimon thought he'd hidden a bit.
Let me take a look here. Aha! Yes! This is what we're looking for. A clear...
Great!
I'll...
Huh?
I need...
Huh. Poor Werner's a pretty Ah!
But we really don't have anything left.
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts, no exceptions, and no excuses. And who are you?
It just so happened.
Huh? You've been swindling us.
Well,
Let me take a look at the ledger. Well, would you look at that? every payment the association has made. So, Mr. Keijiro, it seems you have some explaining.
So you think you can...
Word has it that Samurai and the
Huh? Is that a threat?
No, not at all. I'm simply stating that it would be quite a pity if an
Well, even if what you say is true, what do you suggest we do about it?
I believe you still have a quantity of crystal marrow in your Perhaps that crystal marrow could be used as compensation for the recent tax hike, and us merchants could find—
Is that it?
Do you have any idea the hoops I had to jump through to get the crystal marrow and keep it hidden? Fine. In that case, I'll send it over to you today.
And not even an...
So that's it?
Come on, Harrison.
I'm sick of being pushed.
Harrison!
Hey, what's all this racket?
Ah, Chief, you've arrived.
What was all the commotion?
Oh, we were just discussing a minor text.
A helping hand.
Oh, and you dare to utter the commissioner's— Seize the mer—
Uh-oh.
Gentlemen, gentlemen.
Who are you supposed to be?
You never heard of the Fixer?
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro Commission.
Shh.
Huh. Well,
Of course not, of course not. Still, perhaps you could show the young... You would have...
that fan. I don't need any
But, Chief!
Enough!
Let's get dinner one day soon, gentlemen. No response, huh?
Thank you so much, Tom.
If nothing else...
Paula?
Shh, shh, not he...
Ugh.
It's not like I'll get any customers.
Corruption seems rife in the All right. Time for me to answer your questions. What would you like to know? Straight to the... I belong to the
You've been... So...
Correct. The I'm just someone who...
Seems like...
Her fame even... I suppose those who treat others with compassion earn themselves the same treatment in return. Miss Kamisato's You're asking the right question. Firstly,
Still pretty good?
Inazuma may have... So, when Miss Kami... That is, that you have what...
Change the tide of...
In the test I gave you earlier, although there were a few hiccups at the... Navigating... With your help, even the Vision Hunt decree... That's an... yes. Good luck with everything.
Toma's not such a bad guy, huh? Huh? What's up? Oh, right. Wait, so... Did Toma forget that... As soon as we...